Namaste, angels. This is the weekly love reading for the period of Sunday, January 27th through Saturday, February 2nd. Saturday, February 2nd is the feast day of, well, it's Groundhog Day in the United States, but it's the feast day of the presentation of the Lord. The Lord as in Jesus. I understand he's not everybody's Lord. That's just the name of the feast day. Want to learn about what that is? I talk about it in the general reading, you know, at length, as I always do these things. And I also talked about Saturn being sextile Neptune as of this week and remaining that way throughout 2019, giving us a boost in different areas. You want to learn what that's about? Again, the general reading. Please like, share, subscribe. I always forget to say it because that's not my priority, but it's YouTube's. And if I want you guys to be able to see the videos and to get your notifications and for my videos to actually be in, you know, the feeds and people's feeds so they can say, oh, what's this? Let me check it out. You know, and it makes it to those who need this message and are meant for it, then I have to try to do better. And I was doing good for a minute, but I forgot again. Because like I said, it's not my priority. So it's not what's on the top of my head. What's on the top of my head is getting the messages out. But yes, please do like, share, subscribe. This is the last week for you to get a 2019 forecast. I am thrilled that, you know, those of you who did purchase them, you know, were interested and that you went ahead and got them and that you were happy with, you know, what you received and the outcome, you know, and that people want me to continue doing them. I just don't understand the point, like beyond January, why I'm doing something that's meant for the year. So I'm not going to do that anymore. But again, I am going to do what I'm calling the 28 days of February, and I'll pull a different card from my fortune tellers deck, which I'm going to be using for the second week to show you guys what they are and sort of get familiarized with this deck, fortune teller deck. I'm going to pull a different card for each day for those of you who purchased the 28 days of February. What else do I want to say? I'm doing my last client reading tonight, and not last as in I'm never going to do anymore, but the last that I have on order. So I have additional healing work to do for some people, but as far as readings, I've done all that have been ordered of me. All the videos, all the Skype, all the telephone, all the, you know, all period. And so it is a good time, if you do want a reading from me, it is a good time to purchase it because, you know, there's nobody in line ahead of you. All right, let's do this. I think that's it. If something else comes up, I'll say it when it does. All right, so I'm beginning with eat cake, romantic dinner, and forget it. Happy birthday, Aquarians. Those of you for whom we are eating cake and perhaps having romantic dinner, happy birthday to you guys. Anybody else celebrating something special, happy birthday to you too. I know one of my most, I guess, loyal viewers, you know, longest since I started, Claire, she just had her birthday this week. Happy birthday, Claire, again. And, you know, anybody else out there. All right, let's do this. Spirit says email, which goes very much with Aquarian energy, right? Using technology to communicate. Also, still eat cake. And when coupled with massage, that can take on a whole other meaning depending upon, you know, what one is into. Or you can just take the massage message on its own. That's what the other die reads. So I'm going to do the begin with a spread from the perspective of the masculine using the hashtag creepy deck, which I don't normally use for this spread, but I just felt to do so this week. We're starting with money, which is an earth energy. That's a very pentacles, like a very ace of pentacles type of feel for me. And then if I have to attribute it to a specific sign, usually Capricorn, and that, so it may be connected to the Saturn sextile Neptune that I was just talking about, that, you know, the reason why this card turned up for me to begin with. It is about deservingness, worthiness, value, recognizing self-worth and, you know, worth of others, not being like judgmental. Yeah, appreciating people, places, the little things in life, like all of that stuff. And opening to mature man. Mature man, usually married, or somebody that has been married, or that is a father, or potentially just a Scorpio or Aries, as in like somebody ruled by Mars, and that emperor, you know, sort of energy. That can be what the mature man is too. And opening to dating queen. Can be about a party of three. There's three suitors here trying to give this woman something. It's also very 3 of fire-ish with all this red, and the 3 can have something to do with a party of 3, not necessarily a love triangle, but you know, that's definitely a possibility, particularly during the love reading. And we have money again and gossip. So when we see this on the heels of party of 3, it definitely could have something to do with, you know, dealing with somebody else's man or woman or whatever. And look, did you see what just happened? How these fell away and revealed another party of 3. And this is a happier one. It's very Empress-like for me. The Empress, as in Major Arcana card 3 of the Tarot, which represents the planet Venus, ruler of Taurus, Gemini, and Libra. It's about new beginnings. It's about abundance. You know, creative ideas that help us to become more abundant. We come up with something really awesome, you know, and unique to work on and develop, and that brings about abundance in different forms for us. This can also be representative of, yeah, actual children, and maybe in connection to a party of 3, like somebody's, you know, the father of your children or the mother of your children coming up here. And long distance, it's another 3, but there's a ship with 3 sails there. And this too is kind of like a combination of 3 of fire and 3 of pentacles for me, this card, always. In the actual tarot, for the 3 of fire, there's a man standing at the edge of the water like this with his, the wands, stakes in the ground. He's only got 3. He's waiting for, and it's like he's literally waiting for his ship to come in. And so that's what this card reminds me about. It can be literal too. It can be about distance, whether we're talking about emotional distance or we're talking about physical distance, or both, and the need to like bridge that gap. I'll do one more. Is Beauty Queen, which is another representation of Venus for me. And it's very Venus in Sagittarius, where she's currently located. She leaves next week and goes to Capricorn. But with all this, first of all, the beauty, she is the planet and goddess, of course, of beauty, love, money, confidence, popularity, you know, like everything that's awesome. And then she's covered in all this red, the red heel, red bustier, red lip. So it's very Venus in Sagittarius. And that can be wands or fire. It's about movement. So that can be really connected to this long distance in terms of, again, bridging this gap and maybe traveling and to visit somebody that is far away, or moving toward the future and getting away from like feelings of distance, moving closer together, and a deepening connection. Beauty Queen. And cut. It's another 3. It's fun times, but there's these 3 fingers up in the air, and that's very 3 of cups for me. Social, partying, having a good time, catching up with friends, reunions, celebrations, birthdays, you know, birth announcements, bachelorette parties, bachelor parties, you know, all kinds of things, wonderful things that we're celebrating. Overall energy is travel. Again, it can be actual travel and people going to visit one another and closing that physical gap of distance, or it can be metaphoric in terms of moving forward. Very similar to the Chariot from the traditional tarot, which represents the sign of Cancer. Divine being. I'm sorry. I'm used to using this for the other spread. Divine feminine. The and this can be for singles and couples. The masculine as it relates to the feminine, himself, the union as a whole. Is that 2 cards? No, it's 1. Okay. Overall, what the masculine would have the feminine do, contribute, surrender toward the union this week. What he himself is willing to, what the universe would have the 2 do, but they would have to like affirm to it themselves. Universe not going to carry you on that. You're going to have to commit to it yourself, and then they'll give you, complete support and the outcome. Divine Feminine, and it is that children card again. So this could be us very much in the energy of the Empress, which is a nurturer, quite possibly a mother. Some of us could be learning that we are going to become a mother. We could be learning that we're pregnant. If we have been trying to get pregnant, this is a good week to do it if we're not already. And this can also be a reminder for us to take care, of ourselves. Very Taurus and very Uranus in Taurus. Speaking of Aquarius, it's ruled by Uranus. Uranus located in Taurus, and that makes us nurture ourselves too right now. I want to be clear, this can also have nothing to do with having children, and it's just you being a nurturer, you being particularly abundant and creative, and coming into abundance as a result of your creativity. New beginnings too. Feminine embarking upon some sort of new path. The masculine as it relates to the feminine this week. Destiny. I like that. Like what will be, will be. What's meant is going to happen. What's for you is going to be yours. There's really nothing that anybody can do to prevent you from getting it. Sometimes delays can occur, as a result of different things, but nobody can stop you from getting what is meant for you. Masculine as it relates to himself. Freedom. Let's talk about Aquarian energy. This is him breaking away from something maybe that had been stifling him and being very proud of that. His own progress. The masculine as it relates to the union as a whole. Boom. Wasn't this the same card last week? I think it may have been in this placement. Very nice, soulmate. So a recognition of the connection twice over, because he's already saying this card was as it relates to the feminine, right? The masculine as it relates to the feminine. Like that's my destiny, and so that's a conscious thought, and then this representation of the union. The masculine, the overall energy of the spread. Ice King. So it is Emperor, and that fatherly. It's funny because we have it here crossing the one that I said was like the Empress. So it's like definitely like a couple at the table, mother and father. But this one is taking charge. It's also crossing the freedom. It's taking charge of your own life, taking control. Maybe you had given somebody else the reins before and you're taking that back. So whether you're the feminine or the masculine, taking back the reins, you're, in the driver's seat of your own life now. And you're, pulling the chariot, basically. Now, the Ice King is automatically representative of all the air signs, right? Because, we are the ice or winter signs, swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But this card also has the energy of, with this being a very Martian-like character here, the Emperor, Aries, Scorpio. And then with this big white lion, we can't leave out fellow fire sign to Aries, Leo. This may be because of the moon, too. The Leo full moon that we just had a week ago. That may be from where people, got their power. Or were empowered to take back their power. Anything they had relinquished previously to other people or, things. So that's awesome. What the masculine would have the feminine do toward the union this week. Short term, pause, break, delay. can be temporary separation for whatever reason. It might be that distance card coming up. You know, people don't always have distance between them because they're angry at each other. You know, we have people who are away for different reasons. Last week, one of the women who commented said that her divine masculine was deployed. You know, he was in Syria. So these are like there's sometimes things that come up that cause us to have separation between us that are no one's fault. And so this is just like, hold on, I'm coming. There's a song like that, right? Yeah, hold on, I'm coming. Yeah, so like that. And it's funny that came to mind like that. Maybe I'll put a link to the song on the video. I'll try to remember to. So this can be some sort of pause, break, delay, you know, even hurt, even pain, even like a 3 of Swords or 5 of Swords, conflict, disagreement, you know, that upsets you. It's possible. But hold on, because again, what's meant is still going to be, and we're just working some things out. This is still the feeling. What the masculine himself is willing to do. Yeah, this is, you look at the pattern. It's a relinquish of control. So in some cases, he's not done yet. He's still cutting cords away from someone or something that's been holding him back. But he's committing to continuing to work on that this week. And look at the color scheme, the pattern here. These cards mirror each other. You may be a little lonely or upset or whatever because I'm not around, because I'm dealing with these strings. What the universe would have the 2 do, but they'd have to affirm to it themselves, is spiritual growth. You got to commit to your own growth and progress. And then the universe will continue to, of course, support you in all that you're doing, especially when you follow the guidance. That's when you start seeing numbers repeating like 7s and 8s that mean you're on path. You've been doing what I've been asking you to do. And so now here's a reward, right? And the reward is in part the growth itself. That's Jupiter, right? Jupiter, the planet of growth, expansion, and the outcome. Dating queen. So a 3 of fire energy. Now, for some of us, this is the pause, right? It's connected to the pause. The 3 of fire is a card that says abundance is on its way, but I need you to be a little bit more patient. You know, that's a major meaning of the card. And so for some, I'm going to say for most of us, that's what the outcome of this card is referring to. And then for some, you may actually, you know, find yourself attracted, or find many people being attracted to you this week because they can see this growth, this sort of glow on you. And so that is attractive. Again, like that Venus sort of energy, it draws people to you. So that can be another outcome too, as a result of any growth that you experience. Three of Fire is also a really good omen as it relates to relationships. So, you know, like referring to your own relationship, the fact that the Three of Fire came up means, again, hold on, I'm coming, you know. I do want to say too, though, that if you're single with the Three of Fire coming up, it can mean that you're spending too much time focused on work and not enough time, you know, getting yourself out there and maybe dating a few different suitors, or, you know, enjoying fun times and being out on the scene where you're able to meet people. So there's something to think about. And I guess I should think about, I should mention also that for those in relationships, I mean, this can be, oh wait, how am I going to say this? This can apply to people who both have a divine partner, and sometimes we have another partner as well, right? We have a party of three. We have a Three of Fire going on in our lives. and you're trying to figure out which partner, like who is my destiny for, which one am I meant for? If you have been experiencing difficulty in your relationship and trying to get your point across to your partner, and they're still not, like recognizing or treating you as an equal, and, they're in control, like that emperor, they're pulling your strings, like that card that showed up by the masculine, and you're like beating a dead horse at this point by trying to get across that you want a 50-50 relationship, you want to feel the love that you're giving, then it's probably time for you to go. And you know what? You don't have to be both, I guess, in a divine union and another relationship to experience that. You can just be in one experience and maybe haven't met divine partner. You just feel that you're destined for something more. And now is might be a time for you to take that step of where you're exiting that relationship that you're in to make yourself available for that divine partner that's out there for you, who you may meet while you're dating, 3 or more suitors. Okay. Yeah, I just had to get all that out. Speaking of fire, I'm beginning with a card that is called Fire. Let go of emotional upheaval. Maybe this is from where all that blah just came out of my mouth. Embrace instead the renewal of the present. Like it's time to leave the past that didn't work for you behind. And that's also very Venus and Sagittarius, and also Mars and Aries, which could have been another reason that Emperor was the overall energy. All right, opening to the Sun. Open your heart to the enormous growth ahead. Fire and birth. Universal energy brings you opportunity and possibility. The funny thing is that the universal energy right now, like for the year 2019, is 3, as in party of 3. Fire and patience. Slow down, change your attitude, and clear your mind. So all the stuff I just talked about is showing up in this deck now. I said we might have to be patient. Very interesting. Fine, I'll do one more. It is Eagle. You will soar toward your destiny. This one too. You will soar toward your destiny with greater clarity and strength now. Eagle. All right, let me cut. Get these good and mixed up. And it is wish your heart's desire is ready to come true. But you see, you each got to have an equal piece or fair piece. It has to be 50-50. So even this card connecting to our last spread and what I blurted out after it. Overall energy is still Eagle. You will soar toward your destiny with greater clarity and strength. So this is more air energy coming in. Air signs are about clarity, information, logic, analytical thinking. So that's what that is. It could be, again, the Aquarian energy coming through. Or it could be Venus, who rules 2 air signs. Divine being or couple. Recent past. Near future. Masculine's higher self. Blocks to one's progress or union. but what the feminine can do to help herself out of situations like that or to avoid them, what the masculine can do. The universe recommends to the two, but again, they'll have to affirm and commit to it themselves for full support, and the outcome. Divine being or couple. Coffin. Natural endings abound. Take care with your health. So this is again about letting stuff that has expired, relationships, friendships that are toxic, addictive patterns, letting all that die to give way to new and to the energy of birth and new beginnings. Recent past. Birth, see? Yeah. So we have death and we have birth. We have a new beginning on the heels of like a death kind of card. Universal energy brings you opportunity and possibility. Also, we just entered this universal energy that we've entered. So that's in the recent past too. January 1st, around the world, we celebrated the new year. And so that was the birth of the universal energy of 2019 equals 3. That it can bring us opportunity and possibility. Near future. Judgment. Soul searching will bring you inner peace and will bring inner peace to many areas of your life. This is about introspection, maybe figuring out what to let go, what to allow to die, what it is you're trying to manifest and give birth to, and having a little bit more intention and focus on those things. Conscious effort of letting go and of, birthing. Masculine's higher self. Angel. Your angels are guiding and protecting you on your spiritual journey. So you're not alone, you got support. Blocks to your progress or union. It is being impatient. That's the block. We need patience. Slow down. Change your attitude and clear your mind. What the feminine can do here to help herself. This is just requiring you to have some faith and positive thought, right? In your manifesting. Wish. Your heart's desire is ready to come true. So conceive it, believe it, and that's how you can birth it, manifest it. What the masculine can do, world. Be open to new possibilities in all areas of your life. The world, for me too, you guys know, has to do with letting go of the old experiences, and patting ourselves in the back for making it through, because a lot of times it was #struggle, and then being open to the new, what's being birthed. What the universe would have the two or recommend to the two, but they'll have to affirm themselves, is dragonfly. Have confidence during this time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. So this is like it's a pattern. Again, they're showing us over and over, things are ending and things are beginning. And things that we thought had ended, hadn't ended for good. They're being renewed in a new way. They're being rebirthed, reborn in a new way. And they're, going to be yours for the having if you can commit to, what you have to do on your end to manifest them, to make those dreams come true. And the outcome. Devil. Take care immediately to avoid temptation and deceit. So this, I think, too, is connected to like that last spread that we had, or at least what I had to say after it. And sometimes the need to not give in to the temptation to just sit in the old thing, right? The world, for me, I've explained many times, is about the fact that we should have left something or someone alone. We've been in a circumstance way too long. And now the universe is stepping in to help to like slowly, that's why we need the patience, Impatience sitting here right on top of the world. Slowly ease us out of that situation. But there can be a temptation to say, like, that's too difficult. I'll just stay. I'll just stay in my dead-end job. I'll just stay in my toxic marriage or relationship. You know, I'll just stay. My kids are, we can make the excuse, you know, oh, my kids are small. Meanwhile, they're like going off to college now. You're still talking about my kids are small. I'll just stay until, you know, they're old enough for me to get out of this unhealthy relationship. Like, what? So that's what the temptation is. There can be a temptation to slip into what is more convenient. And the universe is challenging you here to take care and to do what really is best for you and what truly aligns with you and resonates with your spirit and your vibration. There's like right now, there's like a very clear divide at the moment where it's like low vibe and high vibe. And there can be temptation, again, to allow yourself to slip into low. And there are people trying to pull you into low. And so the idea is to fight that off and to take care and to protect yourself and your vibration, that it doesn't sink beneath you to where it doesn't belong. All right, so my next card will be, wow, speaking of threes, as well as the Empress. Isn't that interesting? And we're beginning with Major Arcana card 3, the Empress. Again, which represents the planet Venus, ruler of Taurus, Libra, Gemini. Time to hop into action. Use your natural creativity to bring forth prosperity and success in your life. And opening to the Prince of Winter. There's that air energy that I was going to swoop in like the eagle to help us, to support us. The Prince of Winter is decisive, focused, driven, and impulsive. Get ready for progress to speed up. This situation requires you to choose logic and intellect over emotion and to make your decisions quickly. This may be the decision of, I got to get out of here, you know, or something like that. Or I need to go toward something or someone also. That can be a decision. But when the Prince of Winter or the Knight of Swords shows up, there usually is a decision that either we have to make or that we're awaiting. And the Knight of Swords can actually be a Libra or a Gemini, you know, and connected to Venus. Empress. Eight of Autumn. It's the perfect time to learn all you can by returning to school, taking a seminar, or conducting research. Do your best work, and the law of attraction will bring you prosperity and career advancement. Will bring you relationship advancement too. The idea is where you put your effort is where you're going to get your outcome, is what the Eight of Earth is about here. The Empress and the King of Winter. Intelligent, impartial, respected, and unemotional. At this time, it's very important that you communicate clearly, be objective and unemotional, and act as professionally as possible. If you need advice, seek out the most experienced expert that you can find. The King of Winter, like the Knight, is also a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. I'll do one more, and it is the Hermit, Major Arcana card 9. Take time for contemplation. So this is another card directing us to do introspection. To retreat and to go within. Be a beacon for others on their path to spiritual enlightenment as well. And it's now the Ace of Winter. Implementation of your brilliant new idea may get off to a rocky start, but keep going. The challenges will help you to refine your plan and to reshape your goals into something even better. And the overall energy is the Eight of Spring. You've been presented with many wonderful opportunities all at once. While this may feel very stressful, remember to be grateful for the blessings that heaven sends you. This can be about communication as well, in addition to things going on behind the scenes. And I was thinking about, as I was shuffling too, the Hermit having been opposite the Empress. And it can definitely be about the need for us to be like cautious in our personal dealings, and, you know, really was basically like a monk opposite like this sexy, you know, sex kitten, right? That's what the Empress is like, but especially in the traditional tarot. So the Hermit's like this monk or priest or something, and you definitely have to watch yourself and be careful if you're in that kind of situation. So that could be connected to the temptation of the devil too, that showed up a moment ago. Crowning the masculine is the Nine of Summer. Some more wish fulfillment. A big yes. Now's the time when your dreams come true. Don't worry about how this will happen. Just give gratitude to God for all that you have and all that's still to come. So masculine may have been like wondering how he's going to get out of some of those situations, cut the strings that are attached to him, fight off, you know, somebody else's manipulation and need for control in his life. And, you know, feeling I'll just stay here and suffer through it and stick with it, because I don't know how it could possibly work that I could really have what I want. You don't worry about that part, is what this card means. Masculine is surrounded by Major Arcana card Renewal. Talk about renewal. Renewal is Judgment, actually. Major Arcana card 20, Judgment in the tarot, which does represent the sign of Scorpio. So that can be from where this water is coming from, the planet Pluto. It's time to get clarity about your life purpose and to make changes so that you're on the path most divinely suited to you, right? What's meant for you. Forgive what has been without judgment and fearlessly embrace what's to come, right? Without worrying about how it's going to come. You just commit to it and let it come. As it relates to love and relationships, judgment is about the need, like the fact that we've come to some sort of crossroad and we got to figure out where are we going, where do we go from here, like if anywhere, because some of us aren't going anywhere else. Like it's done, it's the end of the road, get off the train. And then for some, there is renewal, and there can be reunion and things. As it relates to abundance, which can also be love, when judgment shows up, it means you've earned some abundance, either by your actual work, physical work down here on this plane, your efforts that you put into something, or, you know, by your good karma and stuff. So like works that you've done for the universe, for God, and you're being rewarded for that. You've earned abundance. So it can also mean that too, which is still very good as it relates to love. Also, judgment as it relates to love can be about a karmic relationship, you know, so a soulmate relationship, not karmic as in, well, that's the karmic, you know, like a derogatory term, karmic as in of the relationship, destined. So soulmate relationships, divine unions, also possible when renewal shows up, or judgment, especially if it shows up with some other cards, like let's say, for example, the Lovers, then you know that like this is a relationship that is absolutely meant, regardless of the difficulties that we're going through, and we just got to be a little bit more patient, or like the Hangman. All right. So anyway, I just wanted to clarify some things, but I don't want to, I could go on forever explaining the tarot. Masculine subconscious, Major Arcana card 7, the Chariot. So again, about moving on and actual, the potential for actual travel. 2, like we've been seeing, being in the driver's seat of your own life, at the reins in your own life, control, taking it back from somebody else who had been trying to manipulate you. All the things we've been seeing earlier in the reading showing up again. You can successfully balance various or opposing energies at once through determination and focus. You've earned, I just got through saying, you've earned the rewards and recognition that you're receiving. Abundance earned. Crowning the feminine. It is the 3 of Winter. Sadness is a part of life, but you don't have to endure it alone. You may need a little time to heal, but once you work your way through the emotions, you'll be stronger than before. So this can be connected to that card, the short-term heartbreak or heartache. I said it may even be 3 of Winter like for some of us. So there that is. Feminine surrounded by, however, the Prince of Summer, romantic, flirtatious, introspective, and enchanting. A deeply emotional and probably romantic experience will sweep you off your feet. Things can move very quickly during such whirlwind encounters, so stay balanced and make decisions with both your heart and your intellect. And with Judgment mirroring the Prince of Summer, which I already said, Judgment for me represents the planet Pluto in the sign of Scorpio, which it rules. The Prince of Summer can absolutely be a Scorpio in your life, but, you know, still can be a Cancer, Pisces, or not a water sign at all. You know, something, there's somebody coming through very lovingly and maybe wanting to make some sort of proposal. Judgment also about second chances. This Three of Winter could be connected to past hurt. And, you know, we blew that time, but we're being given a second chance at love. Second Time Around. There's a song like that too. And it's one of my favorites. Well, the band is one of my favorites. This band Shalimar. I think I talked about that last week. It feels like deja vu. The Second Time Around. It's going to be, I promise you, it's going to be better than the first time, is what he says. Feminine Subconscious. Major Arcana card 1, the Magician. There is magic in the air. You can manifest everything you need to be successful, even in the area of love. Crowning. It is the Princess of Summer. Sensitive, kind, open-hearted, and inexperienced. You can expect to kindle a new romantic relationship or a close platonic friendship. You may suddenly receive an emotional message from someone or be invited to a social event. Again, the Knight likes to do inviting, make proposals. So that can definitely happen. Or I propose we try again, right? And that may be what the feminine has wanted all along and what she's been manifesting. Magician represents for me the sign of Gemini. Could explain the swords here too. At the root, foundation. New beginning, the Ace of Summer. This is the beginning of a new emotional experience for you. It may be the blush of a romantic love, the rebirth of a current relationship, right? It's crossing Judgment, second time around. Or the awakening of spiritual gifts and insights. Crossing the Prince of Summer could definitely be, you know, again, proposal of something new in the area of love or emotional fulfillment. And mirroring the Princess of Summer, it can even be meeting somebody for the first time and starting something, you know, brand new. At the heart of the matter, Major Arcana card 2, the High Priestess. This is a time to pause and to reflect, not to take action. Trust your spiritual gifts as nothing is hidden from your divine intervention. Feminine, I'm feeling that for where something goes down that makes us feel Three of Winterish right now, you don't react. That was the first thing that came. Don't react. You're made to wait to see what it is. You don't understand what's happening and you're jumping the gun and you're jumping to conclusions. Chill, observe, and then the information will come to you and this will work itself out. This Three of Winter. I'm going to further clarify these with the romance angels, beginning with reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. And the Ace of Summer can also be about reconciliation and reunion. And to have that, again, crossing Judgment with being second time around, this can definitely be what this is about. And opening to let go of control issues and allow the situation to unfold naturally. Some of us may have strings, you know, attached to ourselves. We're allowing ourselves to be tied and restricted, maybe because of Saturn. Opening to forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you will have, will experience more love in your present moments. And you deserve love. That's why you are lovable. I think on that note, I'll go ahead and cut. That took us like to where we started. We started with that card that I said was about our deservingness and feeling worthy. And coming down to healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And this can be another meaning or connection to the Empress having shown up and the Emperor having shown up. Those could be our mother and father too. Something going on there. And the overall energy is retreat. So this could also be like more of this introspection that we've been shown with the Hermit and that other card that showed up in the beginning that told us to go within, but not necessarily alone, right? Two people can be needing to go off and work some things out. It's time to disconnect from the world. Crowning the masculine atop the 9 of summer and wish fulfillment, dreams coming true. It is calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And atop renewal, judgment. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. This can be actual, like divorce that you're being guided to go through, like a judgment of divorce, legality. Those of you who watch me, I often don't connect this with an actual ex or partner that you need to leave. It means many different things for me, but I'm definitely feeling that it has to do with cutting, something or someone out of your life and making them, ex. They have expired, and like that's dead, old, stale energy that has to go. Atop the Chariot, yep, here they go, separation, because you need to move on from them. This is all attached here, and instead you're bringing in the soulmate. You're getting rid of the person with whom you don't belong, or the energies with which you don't belong, that you no longer resonate, and instead moving into calling in the soulmate. Atop the 3 of winter, making the effort. Maybe you didn't try really before. You didn't put the energy that relationship was deserving of in before, and that's what you're going to do now this time. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And that applies to both the feminine and the masculine and the feminine before. But we're going to do better this time, second time around. Atop the Knight of Cups is attraction. You attract romantic love, which is what this is all about, by enjoying this moment fully. So the positive thoughts and the calling in your soulmate kind of energy is what brings it in. This card is all about the law of attraction. So you want Knight of Cups to show up, at your door. You got to put out similar energy and be that mirror. Atop the Magician, that's the whole thing with manifesting is all about, right? Law of attraction. Atop the Magician, which is manifestation, is keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. The thing at the root, at the heart that you want may not look as you would expect it to. It may be younger, it may be older, it may be thinner, it may be heavier. It may be a different color, race, religion, but otherwise have all those qualities that you were dreaming of in time attempting to manifest. That's what this means. And just be open to receiving something else. And then figuring out a way that those opposing views or forces can come together in a healthy manner. Atop the Princess of Summer, the Page of Cups. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. This is definitely showing up in representation of Neptune, which rules the sign of Pisces, being sextile to Saturn, which is that restriction. Neptune coming through to help you. It's free and hippie-like is how it was described in the general reading, helping you to break free from things that have been tying you down and holding you back. Atop the Ace of Summer in that new beginning, boom! What did I just say before I laid these cards? The Ace of Summer can totally be about reconciliation, especially crossing judgment. But you're going to have to let go of this energy, this obstacle that you've allowed to remain in place, blocking it. All right, you got to cut this out to give birth to the new thing. And the heart of the matter, atop the High Priestess, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. I don't think there's actually any red flags on this table, but again, the High Priestess guides us to pay attention and to observe and not necessarily react right away. Just wait and see how some things play out. And the High Priestess is a Gemini, like the Magician, or perhaps a water sign, like we saw here with the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups, and is extremely intuitive. So use that intuition, use your wisdom, your intellect, like a Gemini or an air sign too, and then use what you see going around, put two and two together to figure out your next move. If anything, don't jump the gun. That's what we want to be careful of. So on that note, advice going to my angel therapy cards, beginning with sacral chakra. You are a highly sensitive being, sensitive and to chemicals, additives, processed foods. So this is all the stuff you need to get rid of. This is all the toxic shit, right? And toxic people. Also energies. I think especially energies right now. Respect those sensitivities by avoiding harsh items, situations, and relationships. So more guidance to cut that shit out. Base chakra, choose only positive thoughts, manifestation, to describe your home, career, finances, your relationship too, as your words determine your outcome. Base chakra, also known as the root chakra. Base chakra. Workshops and seminars, attending and giving speeches is part of your spiritual path and purpose. Be open to teaching and learning. This is the hermit showing up again, talking to us about enlightenment. Clarity that we're going to come into. And power animal. Your animal spirit guide is a guardian to you and is helping you with this situation. Mine is, in fact, the eagle that showed up earlier in the reading. Archangel Raphael, the archangel of the heart chakra. The healing angel is with you, supporting your healing work. And the overall energy is vacuum away fear. Call upon archangels Michael and Raphael to lift fear-based energy from you, your surroundings, this situation, and everyone involved. So we're asking that whatever was holding us back and preventing us from moving forward toward that with which we better align and is meant for us, any restrictions to that be lifted. Further advice to the masculine from the hashtag creepy deck is young male. And for some, this has been your restriction, that you are too young or your mate is too old. You know, you just don't know how you're going to get past that. It's a society frowned on or whatever the case is. As long as you're legal, I mean, no, we don't want anything gross, but as long as you're, legal, consenting, everybody's on board that's party to the situation, it really doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, so go for it. For others of us, this has nothing to do with you actually being a young male, but this is you like freeing yourself and you know, feeling young and free and, you know, to roam the earth and to, you know, drive off into the sunset and all that kind of stuff. So very mutable sign, like very Piscean, right? Then that Neptune again, helping you to break away from Saturn. Very Gemini, right? Very flighty, ready to take off and fly. Sagittarian, Virgo. For the feminine, past love. This too can have more than one meaning. Don't let like past love, past experiences hold you back and be your Saturn. That's what it's really saying, you know, pretty loudly to me. Don't let that affect the way that you manifest, like because you're focused on old stuff that went bad and was negative, that's what you bring into your life. You want to definitely watch your thoughts, feminine. Watch the words you speak over yourself. Make sure that they're positive and that you realize your worth and your value and your deservingness, that something better is meant for you so that you can expect that instead of expecting, you know, crap to show up at your door. From the fortune reading cards to the masculine, Lion. I knew that we were still feeling that moon energy coming through on this reading here. Lion, harness the loyal and protective aura of the lion and charge ahead magnificently. This is that lion coming back from the Ice King card, you know, telling you that, again, you're the emperor. You're in charge of your own destiny. You manifest it. All right? You are the king of your own kingdom. Feminine, for us, plane, some more travel. I hope some of us actually get to go somewhere. Then, you know, hit me up and let me know how it is, because I'm here in New York where the weather's been crazy. Plane, a journey is indicated either physically or metaphorically. Your life will become more full. I think we can, you know, like really look forward to this. Again, feminine, like get your spirits up and look forward to it. We've seen like 3-4 cards of this same exact energy during this reading. So, you know, it's definitely something positive to which to look forward. From the animal tarot to the masculine, 4 of Summoners. Don't miss the opportunity, because you're like, how's it going to happen? Y'all just stay here where I am. You know, I'll just not move forward. I'll just sit it out and not dance, you know, because that is your free will choice. So this is warning you to not do that, but you can still do it because it's still your free will choice. Your responsibilities may distract you from noticing all the gifts that God is presenting to you. Be open to investigating opportunities that come your way. Feminine, the 7 of Spring. Be assertive, believe in yourself, and don't let anyone take away your personal power. Trust that your inner guidance is true and follow it completely. This is, you know, so this is you being very defensive of yourself, not in a you know, like a passive aggressive way, in an offensive way. If somebody not an offensive way, in a defensive way, you know. Don't let anybody push you around. And I talked about this in the generals, specifically with regard to a King of Swords. You know, I said there's all the signs, and, you know, have like these positive and negative aspects. So I talked about all the wonder of the King of Swords, you know, how awesome he can be, but also like be mindful of that line being crossed where he's like pushing you around. If you made a decision for your life, you know, don't let anybody else talk you out of it. If you decide to change your mind, then that's fine, but don't let anybody else push you around to force you, you know, force your hand to anything. From the romance angels to the masculine, there's the Sagittarian energy. Told you, you got to be mutable this week, guys. You deserve love. You are lovable. To not just be miserable with somebody that, you know, the energy is dead in the coffin. Feminine, boom, soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate with whom, you know, looks like you've decided to move on. So let go of the energy of the person that wasn't your soulmate, that made you miserable, that broke your heart. You need to cut that out in order to be able to move forward here. And from the angel therapy card to the masculine, visualize the success. Same thing I was telling you here. Just picture yourself doing it. Just picture everything working out. You don't have to figure out how it's going to work out. See yourself doing well in this situation and have faith in the positive outcome. That's it. That's all you're required to do. That's your homework. And feminine, lastly for us, heal away addictions. It's time to let go of behaviors that are blocking you from your heart's desires. Holding on to old past dead hurt. Ask Archangel Raphael to help you with this healing. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the love reading this week and that you find it helpful in your lives. Congratulations to those people reconciling. I feel so much love and reunion and reconciliation here. And also like in personal individual growth, like breaking through barriers that, you know, have been holding you back for like years. And this totally new you. I feel the spiritual growth. I feel the emotional growth. I feel the growth, period. So congratulations, guys, you know, to those that are impacted by that very energy. And, you know, to everybody else, from whatever you get out of it and your progress along the way too. You know, cheers to everyone. It all matters. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. I'll see you again soon. If you want a reading from me or energy healing from me, queenofswordsthelightworker.com. It is in the corner of the video, and also in the description box, I'll have all my stuff there. And you can also feel free at any time to hit me up on any of my social media, you know, either in the capacity of a service or just as your friend. All right. Namaste, guys. Hey y'all, I'm getting ready to go to my party and I have some time because I'm waiting for my date. So I decided to tell you all that Insta story, even though I'm not doing it live on Instagram. That's what I was going to do yesterday. And the reason I was outside looking like that, I was greasing my hair and my daughter came in like, oh, it's time for you to take me to my, I have completely forgot I had told her I would take her somewhere. So there I was with these two Princess Leia things in my head, and I actually left the house like that. So while I was waiting for her, I decided I was going to record this. I heard Naughty by Nature on the radio. So I decided that I was going to record myself rapping OPP, because I remember it. And then I was going to tell you this Insta story about the time that I let Naughty by Nature's roadies sleep in my room in Atlantic City, where I was also sleeping. And I held the camera up and I thought that I was recording, and I had just taken a still picture of myself. So that's the one that you guys saw posted on Instagram and consequently Facebook. All right, so anyway, I'm in AC, right? Me and two of my girlfriends, and we're staying at, I forget what hotel. The hotel that had, I'm pretty sure we were staying in the hotel that had the House of Blues in it, or that has the House of Blues in it. I'm not sure if it's there anymore. In any case, I think we were staying in that one, or I don't remember if we traveled there or not. That's irrelevant. Never mind. We were staying there. We were staying there. And Naughty by Nature was performing at the House of Blues. So, and it was a party. So we go to the party and everybody's turned up. First we're in the casino and we're hanging out with them and stuff, and like Kid Capri and a bunch of people that had gone out for the show. And we're taking pictures. You're not supposed to take pictures on the casino floor. We're taking pictures. We're acting up, right? So we go to the party. We, have a few drinks. Everybody's having a good time. And we're not like pissy drunk in the sense that we're falling over ourselves or that we're angry or fighting. There was none of that. Everybody was in a really, really good mood, but nobody could remember what room Tretch was in. And that was where the after party was. So we ended up going back to my room that I was sharing with my two girlfriends. So it was the three of us and like 5 dudes. Like 5 dudes. And we went in there to play spades and CeeLo and, oh goodness, spades, CeeLo. I think maybe like, yeah, just regular dice and stuff. Dominoes, yeah. And we played that, and everybody fell asleep on top of the beds with their clothes on. And when they got up in the morning, they thanked us for giving them a place to stay, and they left, and they didn't harass us for phone numbers or sex or anything. Not one thing. The most gentlemen I have ever met in my life. Don't think that all rappers or entertainers are, gonna sexually assault you or rapists or just bad people or thugs or whatever. They are not. All right, that's my story. I hope I have a good time tonight. This is so weird. I keep like teasing my daughter that I'm taking her principal. I think it's fucking hilarious. All right, I'll see you guys. Bye.